Hey, this is Troy from Planet 76. We've got some really good Sixers-focused content coming your way today. Make sure you subscribe to the pod so you can be in the know when we release new content. Enjoy the show.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Planet 76 podcast. I'm your co-host, Michael from Trust to Love. Troy will not be with us this week. He has some things going on. So it's just going to be me this week, a little mini episode. I think I've done a few of these before. So we're going to run with another one. We're going to cover the Knicks game and the Bucks game that happened. Today's Thursday. So Tuesday and Monday night, we talked about the Bulls game on the last episode. So I'm going to start with this week's games. Tonight, I'm hoping this gets posted. I'm hoping there's no technical difficulties. The Sixers play the Raptors. Today's Thursday, so tonight, Thursday night, the Sixers take on the Raptors tonight. Troy and I will cover that game in probably the next episode, as well as, I believe, Saturday's game. I'm not sure when the Sixers play next after tonight, but Troy and I will cover that game in our next episode, probably early next week. So like I said, I'm going to cover the Knicks and Bucks game from Monday and Tuesday. And the Sixers were basically without half their team. Joel Embiid, Isaiah Joe, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris are all out in health and safety protocols. The health and safety protocols are absolutely tearing a hole in the Sixers roster. It happened last year, actually, in January, and it's happening now. But I'm hoping that this is the only time that this happens so that they can just get it out of the way and then everyone's healthy for the rest of the season. Joel Embiid was supposed to sit out, I believe, Monday night against the Knicks, and that was planned, and then the whole health and safety thing was not planned. He entered that on Monday, I think Monday afternoon, and then as we know, Tobias Harris is still out. I believe he'll be back hopefully next week. I'm not exactly sure when, but hopefully next week. And then Matisse Thybulle and Isaiah Joe will hopefully be back soon as well. They're also in health and safety protocols, as I mentioned. So the Sixers, as you all know, unfortunately lost to the Knicks on Monday and the Bucks on Tuesday night. Both were close games. The Sixers were competitive all the way through, and I really have no complaints about the games. I wasn't really expecting them to win. I hate to be that guy. I wasn't really expecting them to win, but it's always nice to see them compete, and that's what they did. They kept it competitive out throughout the game. A lot of guys just played hard. Tyrese Maxey, George Niang, Andre Drummond, even Furkan Korkmaz. They didn't even play that. They didn't play that bad. I'm not really mad at that. They lost. Yes, you can't win every single game, especially when you don't have half your team. The Sixers were actually without these guys and Danny Green on Monday. He did come back on Tuesday against the Bucks, but again, they did lose. So, there wasn't. He probably could have sat out another game because I don't think he played that well anyway. But again, it is what it is. Sixers winning streak was ended, unfortunately. They were on a 6-game win streak, I believe, up until Monday night. Tyrese Maxey had a season-high 31 points against the Bucks. He was scoring from everywhere on the court. I have a post coming today, actually, in about a few hours. This dude, he's grown on me. Like, when the Sixers drafted him, I didn't really know about him too much. I wasn't really, informed on him. I didn't really know who he was as a player, but now that he's here and I've seen him and the things that he does with the ball, he's growing on me even more than he was previously. Just a solid player. I'm really impressed with what I've seen so far from him, and a lot of what I said about him before the season, it's coming true. He's becoming a really great shot creator, finding shots for his teammates, and getting himself open shots. He creates a lot of shots for himself. Again, he doesn't make all of them, but it's promising to see what he can do with the ball in his hands. As we all have hoped. Really, as we all have hoped. I can't talk. What else do I want to say? That's pretty much it, honestly. Nothing really too notable. Just 2 games. Unfortunately, 2 losses. And Andre Drummond has been playing well. I believe he had 25 rebounds on Monday night, and then he had 20 to follow up on Tuesday night. We all know why that's what he does. He is the rebound machine. And he stepped up pretty nicely in Joel Embiid's absence. I think he's averaging 16 off the bench. I'm sorry, as a starter, in these past 2 games. So that's all I really have to say. And like I said, mini episode. Nothing too significant in this one. As I said, we cover the Bulls game on Saturday. We're going to cover the Raptors game tonight on Monday or whenever we record. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, somewhere in that range. I got to talk to Troy. Also, I wanted to add this last thing. Paul Reed played very well, specifically on the defensive end. On Tuesday night against Giannis, when he was guarding Giannis only shot the ball 4 for 11. So he made 4 and shot 11. So that's I want to say that's less than 40%. It might be on the nose of 40. And when you're talking about a guy like Giannis, who literally just bulldozes everybody and scores the ball at will, that's pretty impressive, especially for a guy like Paul Reed, who hasn't really still gotten a ton of NBA minutes and NBA experience. Guarding a guy like Giannis is very impressive when you can do that to a guy like Giannis. And I think it speaks to Paul Reed's defensive versatility. He's not the biggest dude, but he's long. He's got a long wingspan. He's got a long reach. He's athletic. He's quick. And I think he is a guy who we should really keep an eye on in terms of like being able to defend multiple positions, being able to defend in general. Like I said, with that wingspan, his quickness, his athleticism. So that was actually really impressive to me. And there's one clip he blocked Giannis and he sort of like nudged him a little bit and he was saying something. I wish I knew what he said because I really want to know. Some probably trash talk of some kind. But I really want to know what he said there. So maybe I'll find it one day. If anybody's listening or watching this and you somehow figure out what he said, please message us or message me because I really would like to know. But anyway, that's all that's going to be in this episode. That's going to do it for this little mini podcast. Episode 25, I forgot to mention. Troy, you're going to be happy that I mentioned it because he texted me before this and said episode 25 because I forgot last time. And I think I forgot the time before that too. So episode 25, that's going to be the end of this episode. Like I said, we're going to have episode 26 early next week. We're going to recap the Raptors game tonight. We're going to recap. I think probably there's a game on Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure. And we're going to recap those 2 games and whatever other games that I didn't talk about in this episode. So with that being said, it's going to end it here on Planet 76. Thank you all for watching and thank you all for listening. Make sure you go subscribe to the podcast, whether you're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. And also go check us out on YouTube. Our last podcast did very well. So thank you guys for the support on that. I think we got like 30 or 40 views on the last episode. So thank you all for the support. And make sure you go follow us on Instagram as well. We have almost 3,000. Whoa. Almost 300 followers. So make sure you guys go check us out on there. And again, thank you for supporting this podcast on Instagram, on Spotify, on YouTube. We really appreciate it. We want to make this thing a success, which it already is, but even more. So thank you. Thank you for tuning in, and peace out. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to Planet 76 Podcast. Please consider subscribing. It helps us out a lot and lets you know that you enjoy what we post. So thank you, and peace out.